So one of my subscribers sent me some screenshots. In fact, I get screenshots every single day from drivers. They provide evidence, they provide stories that I then can run through my platform. This individual, his name is Joseph Riley, is a subscriber and friend of mine. His headline, as you can see it, Uber screwing me over $30, right? And I'm glad he's getting upset about $30 because you should never wave goodbye to any dollar amount. I don't care if it's $2, $30, $300, or $3,000. You should stand up for yourself. But the bigger picture here is that Uber support, Uber customer service, whatever you want to call it, driver support, again and again is failing drivers. And when you actually take the time, this guy spends 3 days. Let me read this to you. The app tripped out and my mileage wasn't tracked, right? 45-minute drive, 0 miles. Now there's a trip ID. So this trip took place, right? It's all clocked. In fact, the numbers, which we'll go over just now, are also displayed. What he receives, what the rider pays, right? And you can work out the difference very easy between $19 and $11 that he gets. Uber, took in and around $9 of that fare. But here's the thing. He's still short $30. And why? He says, I've been on the phone with driver support for 3 days and keep getting the runaround. I drove for 45 minutes, 0 miles logged. They won't help me, right? And here you dealing with somebody overseas. Hey, here's a trip ID. Have a look at it, right? You see the distance? 0 miles. You see how long I was driving for? 45. Usually, I should be getting $30 more because of the mileage. What's going on? Day 1, day 2, day 3. This is what Uber needs to be ashamed of, right? Is that an individual or a friend has to chase his money for 3 days, right? This is a fraction of what he should be getting, right? And I mean, that the people after 72 hours, right? Like, how are they applying logic? How are they looking at what we are seeing? Trip ID, distance, time, payments. What are you missing here, buddy? Are you missing an education, right? Or what are you missing? Did you miss all your math classes? Did you miss going to school? Were you staying away from school? Were you homeschooled? What's going on here, right? How come you cannot do a quick calculation based on his category in his city and say, hey, we owe you X amount of dollars? In fact, he's already worked it out for you. He's chasing for 3 days after $30. It's a principle. I'm glad he is doing it. I'm making this video because I don't care if a guy sends me or he or she sends me a video over $3 that are owed and you drove for 5 minutes and maybe they owe you $3 or $4. It's the principle, folks. It's the lack of service. It's the lack of support. It's the breakdown of the Uber system, just showing us time and time again, right? We've been going over this. Wrongful deactivations. These people overseas will listen to the story and always side with the rider. They don't quite understand, I think, overseas, this overseas call center, support center. They don't understand. They don't have their boots on the ground and get it, right? And I go back to Dustin's issue, Gio's issue, and my issue. How can you, if you're in a foreign country, you can speak a little bit of English, you've never done rideshare before, and you're talking to people? Well, guess what? The way the system is designed, very, very clearly, is to give you the 3-day runaround. Hopefully, people will give up. There have been women who have complained about blatant sexual harassment, right? Where they've come out and they've been on TV and they've discussed, right? You know that they're not making this up, right? And the way Uber and Lyft handle the matters, was just disgusting. They failed these individuals just like they are failing Uber drivers. Uber, pay the gentleman his $30. Don't let this shit happen again. Fix your app, and more importantly, fix what you have overseas. It's not working. Thank you.